My name is Rich Lawlor. I've been the National Vice Chairman of Irish Northern Aid for a good many years, and it's been a pleasure to serve in that capacity, and it's good to be with you. I'm a life member of the Irish American Home, and I've also been connected with Irish Northern Aid for the past 40 years or more. I've been the National Vice Chairman for maybe 30 of those years, and we feel that it's a very important part of this club, in aid of a free and independent united Ireland. We've had very good support from people here, and we're continuing with our activities. This goes back to we were back to a time when we were very politically active, as we are now. We were able to enlist the support of people like Senator Dodd, our own congressman here, John Larson. And then I certainly recall when Bruce Morrison was elected to Congress from the New Haven area, I called him and asked to meet with him. He was advised by many of his own people not to meet with me because I was a spokesman for Irish Northern Aid, but he said he would meet with me, and we had a fantastic meeting. I could tell right away from talking to him that he was a pretty sharp fellow, that he knew what he would ask all the right questions. So I knew that he was going to be instrumental in helping support our cause, and it turned out that he was. He became very close to us, and he was able to also aid in the Irish immigration reform movement, for whom Jimmy Larkin did a great deal of work here in the Hartford area, recognized nationally for the work that he had done. And there actually was Donnelly visas, and then Schumer visas, and Morrison visas, which enabled people to come to America from Ireland. They haven't been closed down by the 1965 immigration reform policy of this country, and this enabled young people to come here to replenish our history, our culture, our music, our Gaelic games. It was fantastic, and we do and continue to thank him for that support. He was also instrumental in, along with Senator Dodd and others, in having President Clinton grant Jerry Adams a 48-hour visa in '94 down in New York City. I happened to be down present with Jerry for that event, and it was life-altering. So he was there for 48 hours with a 25-mile restriction of New York City. So when he had a press conference, like every reporter in the world was there. And as you know, Jerry Adams is president of, at that time, president of Sinn Féin, Ireland's only all-Ireland political party, and a party which is now the largest party in the north of Ireland, and a party which has made and continues to make significant gains in the southern part of Ireland, and are currently active in promoting an all-Ireland referendum, both north and south, which would hopefully have the effect of there being a united Ireland subsequent to those elections. And those elections have been set up and are a part of the now 25-year-old Good Friday Agreement, which brought an end to more than 30 years of terrible warfare in Ireland, which the British government used every dirty trick that's possible to try to defeat the will of the Irish people. We are now overcoming that. The Good Friday Agreement changed everything because it brought about a vehicle by which the political will could be expressed, which had been denied to the Irish people prior to that. And it therefore made it possible for the violence to abate. And everybody's grateful for that. We don't want to go back to the days when the British Army was on the streets of Belfast and Derry and throughout the north, and it was an occupied war zone. We're very happy because Irish Northern Aid has been an integral part of the Irish American Home now for a good 40 years. This is where we hold our meetings. This is where we have held dinner dances, concerts, lectures, speeches. This is where we received people from Hartford, from Ireland. As a matter of fact, when Jerry Adams made his second trip, subsequent to the 48-hour trip, he came here to Hartford. As a matter of fact, he landed in Boston, met with Senator Kennedy, went down to Springfield, where he was greeted at the John Boyle O'Reilly Club, and then myself and Tom McBride and Jerry came down to Hartford. As we were leaving the parking lot in Springfield, they handed us pints of Guinness, and myself and Jerry were riding down I-91 with a pint of Guinness to come to Hartford, and we set up a stage on the pitch here, and we had a mass and then a reception for him, and the field was packed. So the Irish community turned out in force to meet and greet Jerry, and we have had a very close connection to Sinn Féin and the Sinn Féin leadership from even before that day, but especially from that day on. Throughout the past 40 years or so, we've been lucky to have local leadership here in Irish Northern Aid, and we've also been able to have complete cooperation from all our membership. We've never had any jealousy, any rivalries, never a penny ever went missing. Everything we used to collect went straight to Ireland to support the Republican movement. It no longer does, because the politics have been able to be politically expressed by the Irish people. So our money now is used for educational purposes and lobbying purposes here, to educate the public and our political leaders as to what they can do to help support a United Ireland. And throughout those years, Pat Sayers was the chairman for many years. During tough years when a lot of us were under scrutiny from the government having kind of bought the British line for too many years. So Pat was instrumental in keeping Northern Aid alive. We've had a few others, but for a good number of years now, Tom McBride has been the chairman here in Hartford for Northern Aid, and we've thrived under the leadership of both of them. But again, that's to the credit of all the members of Irish Northern Aid as well. We are united, we are focused, we know what our responsibility is, and we take it seriously and act accordingly. We're confident that in the end, we will live to see in our lifetime a united Ireland and a government which will serve the interests of all the Irish people equally, as is stated in the Proclamation of 1916.